Well, hello everyone. Nice to be back with you again. This is a follow-up to the chat we did on show up. I heard a lot of comments about that, about how do we show up to the world. And one of the things I decided to do was talk about the peacock. The peacock is absolutely gorgeous when he opens his feathers so that he can attract a mate or for courtship. But one thing about the peacock, he reminds us that he has no problems expressing to the world who he is and who he's meant to be. Many of us use candlelight like this to commemorate significant events or just to set a mood in the home or to have some wonderful aromatic smells. But what happens to the candle's flame when it is covered after we're done with it? So let's just see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it was really doing well. It was just having a great time, a beautiful flame and everything. But slowly what we're going to notice is that the flame is going to go out. And we ask ourselves, why does the flame go out? Why? Why do you think it is? Because if you ask your kids, they'll tell you, because the flame is deprived of oxygen. The glass itself prevents the fire from consuming any oxygen that's in the air. And science tells us that fire cannot burn without oxygen. Let's draw an analogy. The human body requires oxygen as well so that it can give fuel for our body cells. Okay, when we know who we are and we value the gifts and talents that God has deposited in us, we are free to show up how God has created us. What is our fire or our flame? It is the beautiful expression of our essence. It's that thing that sets us apart from everybody else and announces to the world, I'm here and I'm worthy to be here. I can be a gift to you if you're interested, or you can cast me aside and lose out on a treasure. The oxygen in the environment in which I find myself is that. It's just what's around me. I can't see it, but I know it's there. So when I enter a space and my fire or my light is shining brightly, it will remain that way unless the oxygen starts to dissipate. Now, how does the oxygen dissipate in our lives, in the environment that we're in? It's because of dimmers. And what are dimmers? That's people. They begin to extinguish our fire or our light by attacking our strength. They remove the oxygen. What else do they do? Character assassination or sharing falsehoods about us. That's not true, but how can we defend it, just to name a few? We can learn plenty, though, from the candlelight. What are the key takeaways? Number one, the candle's flame will go out if the oxygen is covered. So therefore, the candle's flame needs oxygen to sustain itself. What is our sustenance? Our oxygen sustenance is understanding that we are created in the image and likeness of God, and we are purposed to be here. Our value and worth is never going to be dependent upon what somebody else thinks about us or their opinion of us, because you know what happens when you're no longer valuable to that person. Then guess what? Their opinion of you changes, and then they cause other people to think about you differently as well. The other thing is this: the candle's flame goes out when it is covered, because it becomes obstructed. I obstructed the oxygen from the flame. And when I did that, it caused it to go out. What obstructs our oxygen? The dimmers, people who try to control us through jealousy or envy, sabotaging our relationships with others, deceit and hypocrisy. Once your light is dimmed, then it is so much easier to control you. So always remember this: decreasing your wattage or turning down your light is exhausting, because it's like attempting to light an entire house with a candlelight. It's not going to work. So until next time, let your light shine brightly and refuse to be controlled by a dimmer switch. Take care, be blessed, and be well.